Most people think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson made his fortune from movies. But what if I told you that the real reason he's worth over $800 million has nothing to do with Hollywood? That's right, it's not the fame, it's not even the wrestling. The real secret: business, branding, hustle. And in this video, I'm going to show you how he built a business empire from scratch, and how you can use the same mindset to build your own. Let's be real, you've seen The Rock in movies, you've seen the muscles, you've heard the catchphrases. But behind all that, there's a businessman, a calculated thinker, a guy who went from $7 in his pocket to owning tequila brands, clothing lines, football leagues, and production company, all while printing millions. This isn't just a story about success, it's a blueprint. And here's the part that should really hit you. Everything he's done, the mindset, the moves, the strategy, you can use it too. Doesn't matter if you're just starting out. Doesn't matter if you feel stuck. If you're serious about building something real, you're in the right place. Turn pain into fuel. When The Rock was down to his last dollars, he made one promise to himself: I'm never going to be in this position again. And he meant it. He wasn't just broke, he was heartbroken. His dream of playing professional football had crumbled. He was cut from the CFL with no warning, no backup plan, and just $7 to his name. That's not a punchline. That was his reality. A mattress on the floor, no job, no income, just shame, pressure, and a whole lot of self-doubt. Most people would have stayed down, but The Rock? He turned pain into power. He didn't wait for a lucky break. He created his own. He tapped into what he knew: wrestling. It wasn't glamorous, and at first it wasn't even successful. Fans booed him, chanted, "Rocky sucks." Every entrance felt like another slap in the face. But he didn't fold. He studied the crowd, he listened, and then he changed. Not into someone else, but into a fuller version of himself. That's when The Rock was born. Loud, charismatic, unapologetically bold. What looked like failure became transformation. How to apply it? Use pain as a compass. Whatever hurts the most probably matters the most. Pay attention to it. Don't fight rejection. Use it. Let it sharpen you. Rejection is just information. Adapt without losing yourself. Pivoting isn't about changing who you are. It's about becoming who you really are. Write your comeback story. When life hands you the mic, don't whisper. Speak up. Everyone faces setbacks, but the ones who win are the ones who treat pain like fuel. Use fame to build leverage. By the early 2000s, The Rock had become the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. But he knew something that most don't figure out until it's too late. Fame fades. Wrestling wasn't going to last forever. The spotlight shifts, the crowds move on, and eventually your body can't keep up. So he made a move. A strategic one. He didn't wait for Hollywood to come knocking. He positioned himself. He used his charisma, his fan base, and his image to pivot into acting. But not just any roles. He was smart about it. He chose characters that matched his energy, roles that highlighted his strengths, and most importantly, movies that made money. Films like The Scorpion King, Fast and Furious, Jumanji, and Moana weren't just hits. They were calculated steps toward global domination. But here's where most people miss the bigger picture. The Rock didn't just act. He produced. Through his company, $7 Productions, he took control. He owned part of the process. That meant creative decisions, back-end profits, and equity. That's the leap most entertainers never take. By stepping behind the camera, he multiplied his money. He went from taking a paycheck to cutting himself in on the whole pie. How to apply it? Leverage what you already have, whether it's an audience, skill, or network. Use it to open the next door. Play smart, not just big. Pick moves that align with your long-term vision, not just what's flashy right now. Own your lane. Don't just be a participant. Be a player, take equity, create partnerships, and build things that last. Think bigger than your title. Whether you're an artist, freelancer, or influencer, don't just do the job. Find ways to own the system behind it. Fame might open the door, but leverage is what builds empires. Stack brands like assets. Now we get to the good part, because this is where most Hollywood stars stop. They make money, buy cars, maybe buy a house or two, and coast. But The Rock? He flipped the script. He used the momentum of fame not to relax, but to build an empire. Brick by brick, brand by brand. He didn't just want to get paid, he wanted to create things that paid him forever. Let's break it down. Teremana Tequila, launched in 2020. First-year sales, 600,000 cases. It quickly became a cultural staple, with evaluations soaring past $2 billion. Zoa Energy, a clean vitamin-packed energy drink, co-founded with Danny Garcia, built for athletes, entrepreneurs, and everyday hustlers. Project Rock, with Under Armour, from gym bags to performance shoes. A full-scale brand rooted in his mindset. Hardest worker in the room. XFL. After it failed twice, The Rock bought the entire football league, not just as a sports fan, but as a businessman with a vision. Athleticon, his own wellness and fitness expo. Blending live events, content, and community to build influence in a whole new arena. Each one of these isn't just a product. It's a system, a revenue engine, a brand. They're all built around him. His story, his values, his work ethic, how to apply it. Turn your personality into a brand. What are you known for? What do people trust you with? Build from there. Stack income streams. Don't just have one hustle. Diversify with purpose. Make each brand connect to the next. Own equity, not just effort. Don't just work for others. Build something that pays you while you sleep. Think like a media company. Document, share, and storytell. When people buy into your story, they'll support anything you build. The Rock didn't just become rich. He became a franchise. And that's the goal. Own the narrative. Notice something? Everything he touches tells a story. And that's not by accident. It's by design. When you look at his tequila brand, Teremana, you're not just seeing a bottle. You're seeing heritage, family, celebration. It feels authentic because it is. Zoa Energy isn't just another drink on a shelf. It's tied to a lifestyle, health, strength, focus, built for people trying to level up. Even his Instagram, it's not just selfies and gym pics. It's behind-the-scenes footage, fatherhood, film sets, business meetings. It gives you access to a mindset, and that's powerful. He's not just promoting, he's storytelling. Every brand, every caption, every product is part of a bigger picture, The Rock's narrative. And the result? Trust, relatability, influence. And influence is the most powerful currency in today's economy. Attention gets you clicks, but trust gets you customers. How to apply it? Craft your story on purpose. Don't just post randomly, decide what you stand for, and make sure everything you share points back to that. Make people feel like insiders. Show them the work, the journey, the ups and downs. That's how you turn strangers into supporters. Align your products with your personality. Sell things that actually reflect who you are. It's easier to promote what you believe in. Be consistent. Trust doesn't come from going viral once. It comes from showing up again and again with a clear message. You don't need to be famous to own your narrative. You just need to be intentional. Because in a world full of noise, the clearest voice always wins. Build a dream team. Here's something most people overlook. The Rock doesn't do it all alone. Behind every move, every launch, every decision, there's a team. People like Danny Garcia, his longtime business partner and ex-wife, who co-founded multiple ventures with him. Agents, producers, trainers, assistants. His entire ecosystem is built for one thing: execution. The Rock understands his strengths, but more importantly, he understands his weaknesses. And instead of trying to do everything himself, he surrounds himself with experts who fill the gaps. That's how he scales. That's how he wins. A dream team isn't just about hiring people. It's about building trust, culture, communication, everyone rowing in the same direction. Because the truth is, you can hustle all you want, but if you're doing everything by yourself, you'll hit a ceiling. How to apply it? Find people who believe in the mission. Skills matter, but shared vision matters more. Delegate your weaknesses. Don't be the bottleneck. Focus on what you do best and let others handle the rest. Build win-win relationships. Make sure your team grows when you grow. That's how loyalty is built. Invest in your circle. Pay well. Communicate often. Keep the vision front and center. No empire is built solo. Behind every icon is a crew. Stay humble. Stay hungry. You'd think a guy worth hundreds of millions might slow down, but not The Rock. Even with everything he's achieved, global fame, sold-out arenas, billion-dollar brands, he still wakes up at 4 a.m. to hit the gym. He still shows up on set early. He still grinds like he's broke. Why? Because his mindset hasn't changed. He might be successful, but in his head, he's still the kid with $7 in his pocket. That kind of hunger? It doesn't come from goals. It comes from gratitude. He knows where he came from, and he knows how fast it can all disappear. Staying grounded is what keeps him growing. No ego, no complacency, just relentless improvement. How to apply it? Remember your why. Success without purpose feels empty. Keep your mission close. Outwork yesterday. Compete with the person you were last week. Beat that version. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Keep moving forward, even if it's messy. Stay coachable. No matter how much you win, always stay open to learning. The Rock doesn't just chase success. He respects it, and that's what keeps him ahead. So what's the moment everything changed? It wasn't a movie. It wasn't a fight. It wasn't even a dollar amount. It was this. The moment he realized that being just a celebrity wasn't enough. He didn't want fame. He wanted freedom. Freedom to create what he wanted. Freedom to work with who he wanted. Freedom to build legacy wealth. Money that lasts beyond the spotlight. That's when he flipped the switch. From entertainer to entrepreneur. From brand ambassador to brand owner. He moved from working in the system to owning the system. And that's the shift every single person watching this video needs to make. Stop trading time for money. Start building assets. That's how wealth is made. All right, so let's break this down. What can you actually take away from this? Here are 5 things The Rock did that you can do too. Start with what you have. Even if it's $7, don't wait for perfect. Start messy. Start now. Turn setbacks into fuel. Use rejection as redirection. Build a personal brand, even if it's just 100 followers. Show up, be real, and build trust. Own things. Stop promoting other people's stuff. Create your own. Sell your own. Take equity. Play long-term. Success isn't overnight. Build for decades, not days. Dwayne Johnson didn't just get lucky, he got intentional. He understood that wealth is about ownership, that your story is your most valuable asset, and that if you mix hustle with strategy, anything's possible. So if you've been waiting for a sign to start your own brand, side hustle, or business, this is it. Don't just watch his story. Write your own. If this video gave you some clarity or fired you up, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button so more people can see. Drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway, or the part that hit hardest. I read every single one. And if you're serious about building your own brand, wealth, or business, subscribe to the channel right now. There's way more coming, and you won't want to miss it.